Hey guys, this is strumming pattern 4. This is how to do reggae style offbeat strumming. This is part of a wider strumming course, and this one is trying to get you to master the offbeat, the ands. So in previous lessons in this series, we've learned how to strum on the beat on 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've learned about eighth strumming, which is to a count of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. With the trickier strumming patterns, it tends to be that we miss off some of the strums on the beat and we're just playing the ands. And that can be very strange to do because the instinct is to always play on the beat as a beginner. So what we need to get you doing is strumming on the offbeat to get you to do the harder strumming patterns, and we're just going to do it in isolation here. This is a style of strumming that's very much associated with reggae style music, and on the website we have Natural Mystic by Bob Marley as an example of that. If you don't have a particular interest in reggae music, don't let that put you off. This is a gateway to high level strumming patterns used throughout all pop styles of music, such as the strumming pattern to Stuck in the Middle with You, the Lazy Song by Bruno Mars, which is filmed on my website, and also songs such as I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. To demonstrate this strumming pattern, I'm going to be using a D major chord, and there are many songs around level 4 of my beginner's course that use this offbeat strumming pattern. So let me demonstrate it for you nice and slow in a close-up first of all. Now I'm using a down strum for everything, but the count is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And that's the strange thing about this that some beginners can find very tricky. We're not playing anything on the beat 1. So when we do kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and you don't do anything, it's kind of weird. So to start off with, we're going to do everything with a down strum, and we're going to lay the outside of the palm of your hand flat over your strings to silence the guitar, and we want to do that as quickly as possible after strumming. For example, a quick down strum. Of course this is a D chord, so I'm only strumming from string 4, from the D string. And we're going to strum from this and then mute it as quickly as possible afterwards. And it wants to be quite a quick motion, but of course you can practice slowly at first. But the shorter and faster you can make the strum and then the mute, the more reggae style it sounds. To a count of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Give it a go with your guitar on a D chord and join in with me after 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a few more. Staying on the D chord. And if we pause there, hopefully you can hear that chilled reggae kind of style coming through. Even though we're just on an acoustic guitar and there are no other instruments playing, this is kind of synonymous with that genre. But as I say, the Lazy Song by Bruno Mars is a classic example of that exact strumming pattern used in a pop song. So often people really struggle with the count to it. If that was something you can join into just then, that's brilliant, and that's where we've got to start. But we need to make sure that your count is right so that we can move on from this lesson. At any point you can go straight for the songs on the website. You definitely want to get some song examples of this. But in that, you're going to have different chords changing every bar, and sometimes a couple of chords in the same bar. So you need the count in your mind and the feel to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and at this level. That's what we need. A great way to test that and really make sure your coordination is as good as it can be at this early stage is by tapping your foot on the beat. If you can tap your foot to the 1, 2, 3, 4 and strum the ands, so tap and foot and foot and foot and, You may feel at the start like a bit of a one-man band, like one of those umpire things, but it's the best way to get this beat and rhythm internalized, which is what you will need before you go for the song. So let's have a go at that. Tapping the foot to the beat and strumming your offbeat strums in a 2, 3, 4, foot, strum, foot, strum, foot, strum, foot, strum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and foot and hopefully you can hear my foot a little bit. And strum, 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 strum. Let's do a little longer. A lot of people's, if we pause there, a lot of people's eyebrows start to go when they're kind of strumming, going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I've often told people where their eyebrows kind of are going at the right time, but the strumming hand sometimes isn't, so that's kind of weird, but it just shows you how you have to internalize this rhythm and send it, you know, from your mind down to your hands, and if you send it down to your feet as well, you will truly internalize it. That strumming pattern is written as shown just here. There it's shown with the down strums, obviously. It can also be done with up strums, and when you're doing that, like with our 8 strumming, the up strums are more appropriate for when we're doing the faster songs. So for example, Steelers Wheel is on a D chord, stuck in the middle with you. I just would like to have a quick go at that, though that is way in advance of this level, but what I find is some people can do it, and I don't want to stop that from happening with the people who can do this one. With the people, if you're struggling with that first one, that one has to be nailed. But that's all we're expecting, just down strums on the offbeat for now, and then you can move on to your songs or other strumming patterns. But let's just have one quick go to finish this lesson with doing just up strums on the beat. It will sound exactly the same as what we've just done, but it's a very strange motion for your hand if you're not used to it. So the count is the same, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... But the motion is very strange, and we're still laying the palm of the hand flat for the hands. But let's just have one quick go at that for the people that can. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's not essential at this level at all. But let's go for the up strums on the offbeat in a 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you'll find that the mute becomes almost a downstrum motion. If I just slow this right down, and the shorter you make that mute, the more it sounds like reggae style. And if you mute on the beat, so 1 and 2 and you let it ring a little bit more, then it becomes more typical for pop and wider styles of music. So that's the end of this reggae style strumming lesson. I hope you've enjoyed that and it's given you something a little bit different to do. So we need you to learn at least one song with this reggae style strumming to really solidify what we've learned. I would recommend, if you're a beginner doing the beginner's course, Natural Mystic, because it really just stays on the A minor. And if you can do that along to the song, just with down strums, then that's really going to internalize this offbeat rhythm. Other than that, the next one in the strumming course is going to be lesson 5, where we do all down strumming with accents. We're going to be making that all down strumming from lesson 2, or strumming pattern 2, a lot more interesting and make it more exciting to kind of play. So I hope to see you in one of those lessons. Bye for now.